Hello everyone, this is Sapphire Morningstar, and I'm here with a review of Cloak and Dagger, episode 6, titled Funhouse Mirrors. So the episode begins, the way I'm going to divide this episode, review up, I'm going to I'm going to do it in 3 parts. Because it kind of goes into 3 perspectives in this whole episode. So I'm going to start off with Evita and her Aunt Clarissa. So Aunt Clarissa, she said she pretty much, since she did that read on Tyrone, she's been, I'm guessing, having this feeling, I guess, which I'm not sure what the feeling is, but maybe, maybe she feels some bad energy going on, you the people that practice in, magic, whether it's voodoo or magic, like from, whatever form of magic is, they're probably in tune with something that we're not. So they can always feel something is wrong. So she ends up doing another reading, and she says that she feels something is coming, and that the city has kind of go through like cycles, 'cause that's kind of how the world works. We go through little cycles of changes, and it just repeats over and over again. Kind of like the seasons. You got summer, you got spring, summer, fall, winter, and then it repeats spring, summer. So basically, it's going over the fact that the city is going through a cycle of changes, and that she reads that Tyrone is pretty much part of a divine pairing, and that one of these divine parents will eventually die. So I'm like, that sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not good at all. And so I'm upon hearing that one of them might die, you can see in Evita's face that obviously she doesn't want that to be Tyrone. So, Avi. And so then, from that part, we're going to talk about Tandy. So, Tandy, as we all know, she's trying to investigate Roxanne's corpse, see what the deal is, try to, restore her father's honor. And so she pretty much goes undercover as an intern for Mina Hess. Finds out that Mina Hess, she knows that Roxanne isn't, a good corporation. She knows this. But instead of working outside of the system, she decides that she's going to work within the system to make pretty much the environment better. Her father was a scientist, as well as same as Tandy's father, and apparently, they were good partners and stuff, So we see so when they go out to like this, it's not a bayou. It's like, it's clear as a bad amusement park, but they're in a surrounding area of the bad amusement park, and she's going on to check on. They have to check on these pipelines. So, and it's through Mina we find out that what caused that oil explosion was because Roxanne had found something that burns hotter and another source of energy than oil. So that means, whatever they found caused that explosion and gave Tandy and Tyrone their powers. I don't know what they found, but maybe they should have just left that alone. So she basically said what caused the explosion is the fact that because it was, it was more hot, and the energy that it created, the way the oil rig was designed was not able to hold all that pressure. So that's what caused everything to pretty much malfunction. It wasn't designed that way. So since they're still, digging for that particular unknown substance, Mina came up with a way to basically make sure that everything was, that when they still dig for it can hold better. So she shows Tandy a blueprint of, how the pipes and the valves around is pretty much from what the blueprints look like. It's literally look like it's throughout the city. So I'm like, that doesn't sound like a good idea. If we just found out that it burns hotter than oil and it caused that type of rig explosion, and you have these sort of pipes throughout the city of New Orleans, imagine if that were to go wrong. Like, seriously, if that were to go wrong, half that city is just going to go up in flames. I don't think it's a good idea to have it laid out throughout the city like that. That's just my 2 cents. No. And so when they get to the pipes and they're trying to figure out, No, they're just doing a check on the pipes. We see this man named Stan. He's one of the corporate people. And from what Tandy find out is, because Tandy was reading blueprints, she's gonna read blueprints, which makes sense. I mean, her daddy was a scientist, but she says so. The according to the designs, the valve should be here, but it's not here. So we find out that Stan they cutting corners, which you would never do that, and that's probably what happened in the wristwatch. So they probably cut corners or something. So we find out he said They said they cut corners. They built the piping from where it was originally designed to be. And she's like, they don't do that because it's gonna mess up the way she designed stuff, and they might have another accident. So now I'm thinking, from what she said, that maybe that's what happened. Maybe the dad had the stuff planned out properly, but somebody in corporate overrode him. And was like, nah, we're gonna cut corners here. We're gonna, sometimes shortcuts is not a good idea. It's never a good idea sometimes, especially if you're doing something like that involves, especially that might be a life or death situation. You should not cut corners. That's like building an airplane and cut corners. Like, nah, they don't need this, and then the airplane malfunctions and something happens. You know what I'm saying? Don't cut corners when people's life are involved. Like, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't kill them to shell out some extra money, but some of these corporations, they rather cut corners and keep majority of the money in pocket when they know they have the money to make things fair for everybody. But they don't want to. Even though they don't want to. And so Mina eventually finds out that, Tandy is lying about who she is. And realizes that, she's actually Tandy Bowen, and and this is like, why can't you be honest with me? And so Tandy tells her that she wants to speak with her father so she gets the information. So what we see is then Mina she goes to this hospital nursing home, and we found out that her daddy survived the explosion, but he's pretty much sort of in a coma like state. He's not being responsive, and it's just kind of sad. Like, he survived, but he's not mentally there. And so we see Tandy pop up and and she goes and uses her little hope power, and she sees a door, but it's blocked by the same shadowy tentacle thingies that Tyrone produces. So she's like, maybe I need Tyrone to help me see what's behind this door. So she's like, I have a friend that could probably help. So that's pretty much all for her part in the story. So then you have Tyrone. So Tyrone, obviously, he's trying to get Connors. He can't get Connors on the death of his brother because that's considered shut case. So he's like, okay, I'm trying to get him on the drug charges, right? So he goes to an old friend of his brothers. Talk to him and trying to get himself in. So we found out that the friend is working for Connors, and he's using his warehouse essentially to help traffic the drugs. So Tyrone's a follow one of the people, and Connors, who is already suspicious of the female detective because she's on to him. So he's trying to get her off his trail. So they go out and they chase down the boys on the corner. So kind of gets to one of them first and obviously beats him, so homegirl doesn't get him, and pretty much had evidence get him. And so he ends up setting up a meeting with Billy's friend, and what happens is Connors ends up meeting him, gives him a gun, tells him, you're gonna shoot the detective and stuff. So Tyrone, he's watching from afar, and he's trying to call the detective to tell her they trying to set you up to kill you. And so what happens is she comes in, because he told her to come in after 5 minutes. So she comes into the building. Because she sees, your boy with a gun, she shoots first because she doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know he's trying to shoot me. So, so for her, what she was doing is acting self-defense. She doesn't know. But, that's all that's what she's acting on that. And so you feel bad for Tyrone because first he had to watch his brother die because of Connors. And now a friend of his brother, and that's also his friend, died because of Connors. So Connors then chases Tyrone, right? and Tyrone is trying to get Tyrone needs his power so he watching this boy literally kind of teleport and eventually disappear. And he looking like, did I just see that? I'm like, yes. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And so, Tyrone ends up transporting to the church, and he starts crying, and so Tandy tries to comfort him, but because of the way their powers react to each other, she can't really comfort him, so she has to decide to sit down and watch him cry, which kind of sucks. So overall, that was pretty much a good episode. Episode 7 we posted right after this, so definitely it was a good episode. So it's good to know. What I do hope with Tandy and Mina is I hope they do become a friendship, because I feel like if they work together, they could probably easily bring down, Rexon Corporation. That way you have somebody on the inside and you have somebody on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Now I think that'd be good if they become friends. Also, if Tyrone and Tandy work together inside that man's mind, maybe they could get him out of that coma state. I don't know if it worked. It will work, but I think it might. That way they could, help, with their powers, because so far they haven't really done anything that would be considered, heroic. So that'd definitely be interesting. All right, so comment, rate, subscribe. See you guys next time.